Well, folks, I said I'd pop on tonight and have a chat with you before I head off back to Dublin for a couple of days. You're all certainly welcome back to the channel as we kick off our League Cup campaign tomorrow against Hibs, 3 o'clock kickoff on Premier Sports. We have a good bit to chat about. It's been a busy week on this channel. I just want to give a massive thank you to everyone that's been watching on Facebook and in YouTube over the last couple of days, the new subscribers, people watching the videos as well. We're still on the hunt for our left back. Some news on Matt O'Reilly as well, some positive news as well. And you know what? If you said to me Thursday night, would Matt O'Reilly be going to Atalanta? And I would have been like, yeah, it's definitely going to happen with a higher fee. But it looks like they've withdrawn their interest. They've gone for someone else now, which is fantastic. They're signing this guy here, Fabricio Romero, put up on X recently. That wasn't 10 minutes ago. That was like literally an hour and a half ago. But yeah, they've gone for an Indonesian midfielder, Lazar Samarovic. I can't even pronounce his name right. Butchering the name there, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, we have a League Cup the contesting Adamidas in the door this week. Regards they were looking at that back from Ajax as well. I'm going to talk about on the channel on window. So do get the comments in. Please do subscribe to the channel. I wasn't expecting numbers to be high tonight. I know a lot of people have been watching their game. Who cares about their game? At the end of the day, it's about our game tomorrow. I didn't bother watching it. I was making videos instead. So everyone's welcome in. Please get the comments in. Tell us where you are tuning in from. Is it Scotland, Ireland, Australia, Canada, somewhere different in the world? I'll give you a shout out as well in the comments as well. So yeah. So if I was Brendan Rodgers, wish I was Brendan Rodgers, I'd be on 5 million a year. I'd make some changes tomorrow regards to the squad. I'd bring players in, rest legs. We have St. Mirren away the following week, and then the week after that we're playing Rangers in the Glasgow Derby. We're also going to talk about Brendan Rodgers' comments about the Derby and the away allocation as well, which is spot on. So yeah, only one comment so far, McLaughlin. So don't be afraid to get the phone out and start typing and ask me questions as well. I end up having a shave as well since I last been on. So trying to bring back the glory days. I'm looking younger. So well, Keith, how are you getting on? I hope you're doing well. Hell hair from Govan as well. Good to see John Paul McCann. Sorry. Do you think O'Reilly will still go? I hope he stays. I realise at some point love one more season. So would I. I think Atalanta are done and dusted. They put the fifth bid in yesterday of £21.5 million, and it was rejected with add-ons. Meant to be about £24 million under the valuation Celtic wanted. They wanted 28 plus. So my answer to your question is, I don't think we're in the green line just yet. I think with 2 minutes, sorry, 2 minutes. I wish it was 2 minutes left in the transfer window. I wish it was 10:58 on the 30th of August now. But I don't think we're in the green just yet. I think there will be a final push on deadline day from another club, from Matt O'Reilly. Look, at Brighton has got their midfielder. Southampton have got their midfielder. Atletico Madrid are getting their midfielders. So I can't see us, selling Matt O'Reilly unless it's like past £30 million on transfer deadline day, You want the Bones at Celtic Park in the quarter-final? No, I'd rather have them in the semi-final. I'd rather have them at Hampden, Celtic Park, it would be good to have them at Celtic Park. I'd always like to have them at Hampden. Just makes it a little bit better when you know you're knocking them out that one step closer to the trophy. But we're all entitled to our opinion. I want Spartans. Let's see who we get. Rest no one. No, I'd rest, I bring in Sinsalo. I'll bring Maeda in, start them. I'm going to show you who my team would be anyway for the weekend. I'd make a couple of changes. At the end of the day, as I said, I know every game is a cup final. You might as well use the squad that we have. Use the squad. I'm not saying bring in fringe players, like players that are like a Mikey Johnson or so. I'll show you now. 1 second. Just need to remove this thing below. If you see on the comments there, on the bar below, there is social media platforms we're on. We're on Instagram. Come on, the Hibs Celtic. We're trying to get 28,000. We're on Facebook. We have over 72,000 followers there. We have X, which I'm starting to put more work into X. So give us a follow on either one if you have either of them. If not, watch us on YouTube. It will be really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel. It's free of charge. If you want to be a member for an extra 99 pence, helping the channel on an extra level, go ahead. So let's this one. That was an old banner. Let's see now. Let's see. I'm just gonna pull this up. This is my team for tomorrow. So I'd put Sinsalo in goal. Look, it's a League Cup game. I'm not being disrespectful to Hibs in any way. Hibs are a decent side. They will cause problems against us. You see, in that last week, they didn't really test us in the second half, but we were just sloppy playing at Easter Road in the second half. I'd start Sinsalo. It's been good having Kasper in. He hasn't conceded a goal yet in domestic football. Carter Vickers and Scales. There's still fans, still sceptic over Liam Scales this season. I truly believe we do need another centre-back to keep him on his toes. I think Welch isn't good enough. I think Naroski's injury prone. I think Largabielka will go. Kawabashi, not good enough. So we do need another centre-back. Greg Taylor, we can play Adam Montgomery there, or we can play young Robertson there as well. But I would go for Greg Taylor and Anthony Ralston, because there was training yesterday and Alistair Johnson and Kyogo didn't feature. It was a light training session. Brendan came out and said that it'd be touch and go for Kyogo, but Alistair should make it through and should be available for the game tomorrow. I'll play Ralston tomorrow. It's against Hibs. It's the League Cup. I would rest AJ, keep him for St. Mirren next week. That's my verdict on it. Callum McGregor starts. I'll play Paolo Bernardo, rest Matty Boy, bring him on the second half. Rio Atate to start. I thought he was very sluggish last week regards to pass in the second half, even the first half of the game. I'd start Daisy Maeda on the left. Lewis Palmer still think is not available. James Forrest on the right. Put Con on the bench and start with Adamida because he's back at Paradise. The price tag is on his head. Some fans are doubting this move, doubting this signing. And at the end of the day, the only way you can speak volumes with Adamida is if he puts the ball in the back of the net over the next 5 years. And you never know. Could be a Celtic striker that could be on 80 goals in 5 years' time. You never know. You never know. So that's my team for tomorrow. It could be Kasper Schmeichel. It could be AJ in goal. Or AJ not goal. He's not going to goal, so he doesn't get goal. AJ right back. It could be. But yeah, see what the situation is. As I said, I change it around. Do you think we'll get the guy from Ajax? We're going to talk about on Wendell on the channel. If the money's right, he's valued at 5.5 million. Why not? I'll just pull this up here. So this is Wendell there. 24 years of age, 5'9", as far as I know. 5'9". He played for Royal Antwerp on loan last season. He's played for Ajax. He has played for AZ Alkmaar. He has 40 games of European experience behind him. So that's a big plus for me, to be honest. I think that's as much. I don't even know if Greg Taylor's on 40 games for Celtic in Europe. So see what happens there. Just need to spell his name right. Jesus. But get through the comments, folks. Don't afraid to ask the questions. As I said, the Owen Beck situation, QPR wanted him, are looking to get him on a loan basis. So Liverpool wanted to offload him, but Celtic obviously haven't put any more approaches in for the under-21 Welsh left back, who's third choice at Liverpool at the moment as left back option. So I'm going to share this and show you what the crack is. Hopefully this will work. Right, let's talk about the left back. Just get rid of the stupid pop-ups. Who cares? 24 years of age, Netherlands, 3 years left in his contract. His highest market value was 17.5 million. He can play left field as well, which is a good option for us because we do need another left. This is his transfer history. AZ Alkmaar to Ajax for 10 million. He went back in 2 years ago. Then went on loan last season to Royal Antwerp. I'll have a look at his stats regards to games. As I was saying to you, there 8 Conference League games under his belt. He has 8 Europa League games under his belt. Qualifying, he has 15 Europa League games in there, and he has UEFA Champions League games under his belt. It's a no-brainer for me. 127 games in the Eredivisie, and he's also played, obviously, he's played in the Belgian Pro League as well for Royal Antwerp. So he would have been playing with the likes of Wikabasha as well. So yeah. I think it's just, let me see. Is that screen popping up? Let me see. It's not. There it is. There. Sorry, folks. Bit of a hash there. Bit of a hash. You couldn't even see that there for a second. So as I said, there's his European experience there. Conference League football, 8 games. Europa League qualifying, 8 games. Champions League, 8 games. Europa League, 15 games. It's a no-brainer to go for a guy that's 24 years of age, that's taught in the Greg Taylor, that's a decent market value, and we could get this guy for probably about 4 or 5 million. And Ajax are interested of clubs coming in and throwing offers in. They're willing to listen to offers. So it's not a case that we're just picking this out of the woodwork. Anthony Joseph reported on it yesterday. I wasn't on the podcast last night to talk about it, but there you go. That's from yesterday. Anthony Joseph, Sky Sports. Werder Bremen are interested as well in Bundesliga. But come on, you'd be mad to go to Werder Bremen, even though it's a better league. But, go to the real green and white. And, play for a club that's, twice as big as Werder Bremen. So, yeah, that's my whole view on the all-win. I think he has played for Holland as well. If I'm correct, he's played 11 times for Holland, folks. 11 times since 2020. So there you go. It's a no-brainer for me. No-brainer. Younger than Greg Taylor as well. Ajax were shocking last season. Bit worrying, but he was on loan at Royal Antwerp last season, so it doesn't matter. He was on loan at Royal Antwerp, so don't be fooled by the Dutch ace, Are you going to the game tomorrow? I'm not. I have my 2 little girls over this week. I'm flying back to Dublin tonight at 11:30, and I'm back over here on Monday evening, so I won't be going to the game tomorrow. I was offered a ticket. I'm still working on trying to get a ticket for the derby. Probably have a better chance now with them not getting into the stadium. Get it into you. But I'm going to talk about that as well on the channel. But I wish I was going to the game tomorrow. I wish I was, Mikey. But as I said, trying to get a ticket for the derby. If not, if I don't go to the derby, I'm going to try get tickets for Champions League if it happens. So we'll see what happens. How's it going, Scott Brown? Hope you're well. Hell. Good to see good numbers in. As I said, all I'm looking for is subscribe to the channel, get the comments going. Can't wait to be at Paradise tomorrow. Good stuff. I thought you would have been going to the pub for it. But yeah, Paradise is 10 times better. So just to recap, this is the guy that Atalanta have put that focus on. Instead of Matt O'Reilly, they've went in, bid upon bid, 5 bids for Matt O'Reilly, as everybody knows. And Celtic are like, no, sorry with your penny pinching there, Atalanta. You're about to sell one year. I think they've sold Cute Minders for like 60 million. Not sure. I'll go in and check now. Cute Minders. Has he gone? Or has it been agreed? Juve have confirmed it. Is that the Juve channel? It is. I think this is the Juve channel. There we go. Let's go on this now, and I'll show you this, folks. So anyways, with Cute Minders going to Juve, that means that they've paid nearly 60 million euro from. This is who they went for. They went for Lazar Samarovic, is it? I can't even pronounce it right. How's it going, Scott? I hope you're well. Thanks for tuning in. Do subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't. It'd be great to see. Still growing on this jersey. Still think it's a nice top. I truly believe it will be an absolute beauty when we see it on the players when it's in store. And some fans won't like it, and that's okay. Not everyone's into all the 3 kits, and that's okay. You know, we've had decent kits over the last 5 years with Adidas. There's still no talk of renewing the deal, or are we going to terminate the deal at the end of the season, or the contract going to run out? We'll see what happens. This is the last season anyway, so hopefully we'll get an idea of what's happening with our kit manufacturer for next season. But you know, this is the thing. Like, it kind of puts you off buying jerseys if you're not going to sign kit manufacturer for the following season. Kind of like in that, or just wait until the end of the season and buying the jerseys at like half the price. You know. So let's see. So how's it going? Anton's left foot. How we hope the left foot is like Nakamura's. Celtic should just stay in last week in the window. They're not gonna. I honestly think he will go on transfer deadline day. Just enjoy it if you can. If he stays, happy days. You know, my prediction might be wrong. It's just a prediction. You know, not Fabricio Romero. I'm not Notre Dame. So yeah, let's see. I'm gonna pull up this clip of Brendan Rodgers. Oh, it hasn't even uploaded. 2 seconds. I'm gonna put this on music for the time being. Right, folks. Sorry about that. I was uploading a video clip onto the StreamYard platform because if I go in and do it at the same time on my phone, there's an echo, and it's not. You don't want to be hearing static noises and stuff. You know, gotta think. Let me see. I got told that kit wasn't real or official. Let's see what happens. The guy who told me said it would probably be. Oh God, good one. Hell, Vincent O'Brien from Dublin. Hope you're doing well. As I said, I'm just going to pull up this picture one more time before we start talking about Brendan Rodgers and the away allocation malarkey. So there it is. There it is. There. What's your starting lineup for tomorrow, folks? Who are you going to put in your starting 11? Put in the comments as well. It'd be really appreciated. So I'm going to go into this topic now. Brendan Rodgers was asked in the press conference yesterday about the away allocation for both derbies being basically locked out for both stadiums. But Brendan had some really good things to say yesterday, and you know what? He put them in their place. He put Rangers in their place, and their petty games and their immature ways. And we're going back to Mother's Day 2018. This all started from when Celtic had full Broom loan, and they scored against us early. Then Rogic scored for us, then Dembele scored for us, and then we went down to 10 men. Edward came on and scored an absolute unbelievable goal into the right-hand corner. Finesse shot, good out FIFA shot. And then, you know, capacity went lower and lower from then. Steven Gerrard's so-called petty ways as well. And then their club went down to 500, and with 900, I think it was at one point, 750. So let's listen what Brenda has to say if he's haven't watched the interview yesterday.
I think the board have made a really, really good decision in terms of, the club's job is to protect the support. And if there's not that guarantee that come the second fixture, then I think it's only logical that you wouldn't reciprocate. So I think Celtic have played their part in what they were asked to do. And again, I go back, nothing of this was Celtic's issue. Nothing. When you go back to when this all started, it's nothing to do with Celtic. Celtic gets dragged into this here as being a Celtic Rangers thing. It's not a Celtic Rangers thing. This is a Rangers thing. So Celtic, when even they're asked to and have this agreement to make the stadium safe and everything else, we plough money into that. We do the works, which started months ago. And that, like I said, on both parties, it hasn't been agreed. So it's not complicated. It hasn't been done. For good faith, whatever way you want to put it, there's still an agreement for both, right? So it's not done. It's not great faith. If we allow Rangers supporters in, then we get to January and our own supporters can't get in. That's not good faith. So I think that the agreement hasn't been upheld. So Celtic rightly have to defend their supporters and their club. And sadly, as I said, the Rangers supporters miss out on this game and Celtic in the return game. But let's hope that after that, we can then find a way to get the supporters in.
I don't hope after that. I think that was the final straw. We sat down with them over the summer and sat down with them over the last year to try and negotiate again, especially with the SFA, getting the 5% fans in and then moving up to 3,000 for them for Celtic Park and then 2,500 for the All Blacks. It's just petty. It really is petty. Like today they were playing St. Johnstone at Hampden and stadium wasn't even half full. Stadium wasn't half full. It was about, I'd say, 35% full. Just shocking. Absolutely shocking. Celtic, it's not Celtic's problem. Celtic have done what the council have asked to do, what the SFA has asked to do, what the police have asked to do. And for the safety of our own fans, for the Ibrox fixture, they can't commit to it. They can't commit that they're going to be even in that stadium. So they're probably just skint and they can't even put new security measures in place. So we've seen with the pictures there on that video, if you are watching that, we have put new fencing in, we put a new pathway in for the away allocation. And yeah, it is what it is. Some fans are delighted that they're not in for another game and understand that. A part of me, like 70% of me is delighted that they're not in, but I do miss this whole, the atmosphere side of it. I do miss the whole of when we're beating them, they're walking out early, they're getting laughed at going out. I miss that. The whole point of football, the whole point of banter. It's more than banter when it comes to a Glasgow derby, but it's just, I wish this eventually would end. For, like, as I said, if you're a neutral trying to watch this fixture, how are you meant to get that whole intensity of a fixture? Yeah, it's good on the pitch. The home fans are amazing for Celtic Park. We don't. I tend to try watch the game at Ibrox on mute because I can't listen to them, and that's the God honest truth. Why should I listen to that ton of malarkey? But yeah, it's just how you meant to sell a fixture at the so-called Old Firm to the world if you don't have away fans as well. But as I said, it's their fault. They've started this since 2018. When Edouard scored that goal, they start cutting allocations. They start being petty. They weren't giving us, and then when our fans went to Ibrox, our fans were being attacked. Our players are being cracked with bottles. Staff are being cracked with glass. Like, it's ridiculous behavior. They need to get a hold of our fans. I'm not saying all our fans are bad like that, but a handful of them are absolute disgrace. Just a ridiculous carry on. So let's see. Sorry, it was a joke. Didn't need to laugh, but he said in front of people. What happens if we draw them the quarter final? I honestly don't know. I don't know, and I think you get a higher allocation for the cup games as well. So it's just back to the drawing board if it's for the quarter final. I don't think we will. To see the likes of Premier Sports, I know if you got them in the quarter final before, in the Scottish Cup. See the likes of Premier Sport and stuff. They tried to hold off Celtic and Rangers towards the end because they know that they'll make more money. They know that they'll make more money. It's just a revenue perspective on it. Because think about it, Rangers go out to Celtic, they see in that side of revenue side of it for the other side of, oh, they could have been in a semi-final, they could have been in a quarter-final, we could have had that on the TV, could have made money off that. That's what they see as a market perspective, you know. It's a joke, mate. Brendan said it's a Rangers thing. It is a Rangers thing. It is a Rangers thing. And it's laughable because I've seen like snips of their podcast and other podcasts saying, oh, it's Celtic are in the wrong here, Celtic are this and Celtic are that. They don't want us in. They don't want us in because, number one, you smash the toilets up. You let 15 grand worth of damages to the toilets. Number two, if you can't comply with the security precautions and the security steps in place for the game at Celtic Park, why should we let you in? Why should it? It's a big amount. We haven't had 3,000 Rangers fans back at Celtic Park since 2019. So it is a big amount, you know. And plus they can't guarantee air safety as well. So keep them away until they can actually commit to what's on the paper and commit to the terms and conditions. Simple as. Hope Matt stays. I still think he will go to an EPL club. As I said, I think it's transfer deadline day for my prediction. I think it will be a bit horrendous if he goes on transfer deadline day because I like us to go out and strengthen that position, have a plan if he was to go. But we'll see what happens. Celtic must have contingency plans in place. I know we were linked. Well, obviously, Arne Agnes off Augsburg this week, the 20-year-old midfielder, but there hasn't been any talk of that since, obviously, with the Matarodi bids being rejected. That kind of talk of the Bundesliga, Belgium centre midfielder has shot down. He's played 50 games in Bundesliga. He has scored 4 goals, 9 assists so far in his career there. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. They'll smash up Celtic end at Hampden. Well, regardless Celtic end or whatever, it's not our stadium. It's not our focus anyway. You know, it's not like we only play there 4 times a season. They can't take all the precautions they want. They can take on a plot, but they'll still get a bear and they're running scared of the bear. That's it. That's the problem with them. Like, as I said, I'm not here to complain too much, but I'm being honest. Like, how can a football club of so-called Rangers stature can't comply with safety regulations, can't comply with the police, can't comply with the city council, can't comply with the football club they're playing against and the SFA as well? How can they not comply and do the right thing? No, they have to have a pity show. They have to have this, that. The Copeland stand is getting done up, whatever. Place is in bits. Honestly, the stadium is in bits. And I honestly don't know how they think that is an actual nice stadium. The place is run down. It looks like a factory. I remember 16 years of age, my uncle drove me up Govan and showed me Ibrox, and I was like, this it? And I was like, it looks like a run-down Villa Park. That's what exactly said to him. It looks like a run-down Villa Park. So, there's my answer. That's my answer. Like, our stadium, look what we've done to our stadium. Yes, I still believe we should be, you know, painting the beams on the sides of this, around the edges of the stadium. I believe that we could put a hotel in on the Celtic Superstar. I believe that we could put a bigger superstar in. I believe we could put a museum in. You know, I believe we could have a fan zone. I believe they could improve the Wi-Fi at Celtic Park as well. I think they should have cash option for elderly people. And for one of the folks that was talking to me in the job the other day, he made a great point to me. He said, Keith, I was in the Superstore last year. I went up and asked the manager a question and he couldn't answer it. I said, what did you answer? What did you ask him? Sorry. And he said to me, how come they don't give pensioners a discount? How come they don't give us a discount or even 10% off? And I said, it's a marketing perspective. As I've said this so many times, I'm not a season ticket holder. If I was a season ticket holder, what I would do if I was Celtic, if they were after listening to my podcast, give 20% off to your regular season ticket holder for every merchandise they buy. They should have a loyalty card. Go in with a season ticket. Oh, that's you. Perfect. Verify. Yeah. There you go. There's 20% off your home shirt. There's 20% off your away shirt. Oh, you want to buy gifts in the superstore? There's 20% off. So it means that they're getting more money in. If they want to get in as much as they're getting the money in, they get more money. I think they need to have that incentive there. For old age pensioners that have been going to the games for years upon years, that don't carry cash, very disappointing that they have this option of just cashless. I understand a lot of facilities are going cashless, but come on. You go to Iceland and do your shopping. A majority of people are old age pensioners and they carry cash and they'd like to take the receipt back. Like, come on. These are people that have stuck through Celtic through thick and thin, went to games for years, probably being at Lisbon, like, come on. You got to think of them. I'm looking at that, like, I think a discount would be ideal. I think the marketing team should look into it. And I think it'd be a great, look at, my mate was telling me he's a Man United fan and he watches the podcast. Shout out to Lloyd. He said he gets 15% off for being a member being a member of Manchester United and whatever. 15% off. And I was like, well, you know what, that covers off towards your delivery and it covers off a portion of the jersey. Celtic should do that. Give the fans an extra incentive. Give them an extra incentive. At the end of the day, the fans are pumping so much money into the club. And it's great. We're in a great forecast. It's great that we're healthy. We're doing well. Like when Peter Lawwell took over in 2003, we were in minus. We were 30 million in debt. The books changed. And as much as a lot of people don't like Peter Lawwell, you got to think of where we are now as a club, as a marketing, as a franchise, as a marketing tool. We have a phenomenal stadium. We have a great support worldwide that get up and watch games all hours in the morning, wherever they are. We've seen the attendance in America for the games in the 3 different venues. We're a big club, and I think we are run one of the best clubs in world football, and fans don't see that. Like, as I said, shouting out of discounts, I would like to see Celtic go that extra level and help out people. We're a club that we're set up for people, helping people in need. It's a cost of living crisis. It's a cost of living crisis where you see, as the fans say, right, this man's 60 years of age, or not 68, 67, 68 years of age, money's tight, they're not getting that fuel allowance that they were going to get in the next budget. And you know what? They maybe probably want to buy their grandchild a jersey. Give them that 10% discount. Even give them that 5% discount. Every little helps. At the end of the day, the only thing as well, so they don't really need extra money off tickets, and the OAP went from charity club. It just, as I said, I'm not here to criticize the board. I'm just seeing it as a marketing perspective. I think it'd be a great idea if they do it. I don't want to criticize board members. I don't criticize the club. I just want to see them be more proactive in a different way, in marketing ways. That's all. It's ideas. That's all. It's ideas. There's money there, so put the money into these structures. I don't know about field, to be honest with you. I don't think they would give fans field. Like, look at Bundesliga model. I think it's £25 in the Bundesliga games, where you get a hot dog and a beer or a drink. That would never happen in Scottish football. It won't happen. It won't happen. Celtic do give back. They do obviously the Celtic walk-in meals and stuff like that twice a week, I think it is. I've never went in and done it because of work. I'd rather give it to someone that's really struggling, that needs it, So it's good that they do in that perspective, and the foundation do a fantastic work. So you have to give them that praise. It's just, we'll see what happens. As I said, I'm not here to moan about too much. I'm just pointing out there feedback I'm getting from subscribers and people I meet in my job that come up to me and say, I've said this and I've said that, and I thought I'd put it out to you on the channel, And I know there's other podcasts that talk about it, but we'll see how we get on. We'll see how we get on, folks. See how we get on. So, as I said, we're in a great position. I'm gonna just pull up the team again one more time before I head off because of a busy night ahead of me. As I said, I'm heading back to Dublin. Heading back to Dublin for 2 days. So I want Salo to play tomorrow so we can see a bit of him. I want to see Ralston play, give AJ a rest if he's not fully up for it. Greg Taylor, Liam Scales, Carter Vickers, they need to work on that relationship. They were a bit shaky last week, but it was still a clean sheet. They were a bit shaky against Hibs. Callum McGregor leads the line. I hope he can score another goal like he did at Easter Road. It was a beautiful was. Rio Tate, very sloppy last week, but I think he'll bounce back and be all right at Celtic Park. Paulo Bernardo's no point paying 3.5 million for Paulo. Give him a start, give him a run. Deza Maeda should play. We need energy on the flank. You know what? He's 4 minutes into his debut against Hibs for Celtic. He scored against Hibs at Celtic Park. Jamesy Forrest, let's see Jamesy play. Nicholas Cohn on the bench and bring him on. Look, he's come to score last week. Jamesy gave him the assist. Done the provide assist, sorry. Adamito front. So that's what I'd go for. My predictions on actual the score tomorrow. I'm going 4-0 Celtic. I think Hibs, they've actually got rid of one of their midfielders. I know we've been linked with Luke McCown of Dundee. They put in 3 bids for Luke McCown, the Dundee midfielder. I was calling him Lewis McCown, didn't I, folks? Luke McCown, the 26-year-old. So look at Hibs are a club that's that are in decline. They're in decline with their season tickets. They're in decline with the squad. They can't even keep their manager past the year. And you know what? For a club like Hibs, they should be doing better. I've said this on the channel. I always have this grudge against Hibs for what they tried to do to Celtic back in the 50s. Well before my time. Well before my dad's time. They tried to ban the tricolour. Well, their chairman, which was the head of the SFA, tried to ban the tricolour from Celtic Park. So have a look at it. Just type in Hibs tricolour Celtic Park 1952, or I think it's 54, and the article's there. Hibs gave us 10 players when we started off the club. But no, I just, like as I said, the only time I've ever cheered Hibs on was in the Scottish Cup final in 2016. That's the only time. The only ever time I did, you know. How many goals do you think Ida will bag this season? I'm going 22 goals. I think 22 goals. I said 25 tonight, but in all competitions, maybe 25, but domestically, probably 22. I think he'll score goals in Europe. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I think he'll improve. Brendan sees something there. The board invest in disco lights, but not in players treating like fans. They have invested in players, but just haven't invested in the players that we fans are demanding. Like, the appetite is there. We have invested in a player where we broke the transfer market of 9.5 million in total with the add-ons. The appetite is there now. With Brendan being in the building, he's made it clear in the previous window as well. You need to add quality to the squad, and Celtic will add quality. There's no reason for them not to add quality. They know fans are getting frustrated that we should be going out there and getting a player for maybe 7 or 8 million. There's times to move on and stop looking at project players. Our recruitment department has been disastrous over the last 3 or 4 years. We don't have a head of recruitment at the moment. I think Brendan was talking about in the press conference saying he's been impressed with people in the background and stuff, but we don't have a head of recruitment. We don't have, a director of football. They're, with the money that the club are up, they should be investing in these departments, bringing us to a new level. Some fans are just happy with a treble and being in Europe. But me, as a fan, as being passionate is like all yous are, I would like to see us go up a level and compete in European football. There's no point of going into a Champions League, new campaign with 8 games and getting hockeyed. We're going to play against decent, good caliber teams and going to play against teams that are lower ranked than us in the coefficient, UEFA coefficient. So let's see how we get on. Yang, not good enough for Celtic. Out straight. Don't rate him. I would get rid of him. Mikey Johnson, Brendan talked about yesterday. There has been clubs interested in Mikey Johnson. He's in the position where he wants to play more games. If he wants to play more games and we don't prefer him, fans prefer Palma and Maeda, offload Mikey. Let him go. I wish him the very best. He's made his competitive debut at 18 years of age for Celtic. Brand to give it to him time to move Mikey Johnson on. He's in his mid-20s. I'm sick of this whole malarkey with Mikey Johnson when he has one decent game of about 12 for Celtic. People are him and hawing. He's like the next Jinky Johnson in their heads. Move him on. Move him on. As I said, I've met Mikey. Mikey's a nice guy, but as a footballer, looking at him on the pitch, he's like a wish version of Aidan McGeady. He just can't cut the sauce for Celtic. Just can't cut the sauce for Celtic. Earlier in his career, he was decent. He just declined and declined. As I said, watching my national team, I like to see Mikey Johnson go to a club where he can improve and play more first team football. He was good at West Brom, but I think it's time we move him on. What's your views on David Turnbull going? Good stats at Celtic, wasn't consistent as in playing week in and week out, quite slow on the ball, good set piece player. I'm glad David Turnbull's moved on. I just think it was time we moved him on. I just think his attitude, like he didn't want to sign any autographs at Celtic Park. Majority of players just walks out, hat on, walks out. Like, no hunger there, no, like, good player, good free kick, but no, I'm sorry, but he knew his heart wasn't in it. And he was in his last bit of his contract as well. So, yeah. Then I hope he does well at Cardiff. At the end of the day, as I said, any player that leaves Celtic that has played decent for Celtic, David obviously scored some decent goals, important goals. I hope he does well at Cardiff, Yeah, there you go. He has stuff for people in the past. As I said, I'm not attacking players anyways. I'm just being honest. I'm seeing it from my heart and my perspective. Mikey's not good enough. Mikey just cannot cut the sauce. Simple as that. He came through the youth academy. Congratulations. Played, he's part of the treble winning squad. He's part of the quad treble. He had long stints, and I think he's better off at a different club. I'd love to see him go to Hibs. I'd love to see him take a whack at Hibs. Take a whack at a club where it's at his level. If he wants to be better level, improve himself, Aberdeen, Hibs, Dundee, United. That will do it. Mark Attilio wasn't good enough. He looked like expelled for a whole 20 minutes. Wasn't good enough. No. I'll put your mind at ease now. I'll put your mind at ease. Don't you worry about that. 2 seconds. This will put your mind at ease. So there you go. This is from the Juve website. Juventus finally reached an agreement for Atalanta over Coop Miners. So there you go. Fabrizio Romero tweeted as well. So there you go. He won't be going to Juve. He won't be going to Juve. Juve spent 60 million on getting Coop Miners in. So got a sword, but you're all right. You're all right. 67 people tuning in tonight. Please do subscribe to the channel. Trying to talk about something different. I'm going to jump off in the next couple of minutes. Better get the girls ready for the airport. But as I said, I really appreciate. No, he won't. They've signed someone this week over £30 million in that position. So Southampton are out, Brighton are out, and Juve are out, and Atalanta are out. And I think who's that guy that plays for Chelsea? Oh my God, is it Conor Gallagher? He's meant to be going to Atletico and just been on and off with that move. But no, don't be worrying about it. I think there'd be a better chance of him going to West Ham or Spurs or Villa, to be honest. I don't know. I know Villa have done a lot of business in the transfer window. So yeah. Lights on, lights off. Don't be worrying about it. So yeah. Quan hasn't played competitive football for Celtic. So let Quan go to Hibs and take a whack of him, and then we'll reevaluate that at the end of the season. Look all right for St. Mirren. You really did. So, folks, I'm going to leave tonight. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. My final prediction's 4-0 tomorrow. I appreciate you all watching the channel tonight. Subscribe. It's free of charge. For everyone that's a member on YouTube, it's 99 pence. I really appreciate it. It helps me move forward. And as I said, I'm trying to plans to upgrade the channel, get better picture quality, get better lighting. You know, I want to be up there with the best. You want to be up there with Hail 67, well not Hail 67, Celtic AM. You want to be up there with Axon. You want to be up there with Celtic Fan TV. You want to be up there with the GOAT Ryan. You got to invest in your channel to get what you want. So good things pay off when you put the work in. So really appreciate you watching, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I honestly say how I feel. So no filter with me. So good luck to the boys tomorrow. Hopefully the board will get the left back we're looking for. As I said, it's not a dig at the board in any ways. I just think as a marketing perspective, they should look at the older fans and try to help them out as well as much as they can. You know, with a discount or, you know, and a till for cash, you know, if they're at the games, that kind of stuff. You can, yeah, disco light. I will have the crest in the background. I know this is on the green screen. I have the crest in the background. Thanks to clubcrest.co.uk for the crest. And yeah. Do you think the asking price will be? I think in transfer deadline day it will be. But thank you very much for watching, folks. Do subscribe to the channel. Let me know what topics you want me to discuss on the channel in the next couple of weeks, and I'll get on it. Something different, throwback players, throwback games, you know, good and bad times. You know, it's all the experience of being a Celtic fan. It's a roller coaster. I call it the Rodgers roller coaster. That's why I called it when he was brought in the door for the second time. I said it wasn't always going to be, you know, a walk in the park, and I was right. I knew this point's going to be dropped. I knew we were going to be like, I was doubting him in January. I was saying there's 10% me believes that he can turn around, and he did turn around. Thank God I had that 10% in my heart and my head. I did feel like, you know, I felt like I was going back into them COVID days where you had these fans, keep the faith. And then I got to the stage where I was like, next time I see that, I'm just going to block it. Keep the faith. Like that's how frustrated we were all in 2020 and 2021. But it's a different time. Fans are in the stadium. There's more money there. Different type of players. So we're in a good place. A good place. It's a phenomenal time to be a Celtic fan. Treble upon treble. Champions League football. Season tickets are high. Lovely kits. Good players. Disco lights. Good Celtic way. Build a hotel. Build a museum. We'll all be laughing. You know? Form's temporary. Liquidation's permanent. Pay your face painter. Pay your bill to Hummel, and then we'll talk. And most of all, guarantee the safety of our fans when we go to that stadium. So let it go, folks. Speak to us all soon. Good night. God bless. Hail, up the Celts.